Okay, so this first question is from Chris. I am looking into adding a paid premium version of my website using a membership recurring revenue format. If I install your plugin on a separate WordPress installation, such as a subdomain, is it possible for me to choose my main site? So I could have the payments, signups, and logins on a separate site, but still give paid users access to premium features on the main site. Okay, so if I'm understanding your question correctly, it sounds like you're saying you have two sites, two WordPress sites. One of them will be where MemberMouse installed, and then another one is where you're delivering premium content or something like that. And you're asking if people sign up on the MemberMouse WordPress site, will it be possible for this other premium site with content on it to interface with MemberMouse in some way? It's kind of like a single sign-on question, basically, because on the one site you have the user authentication. That's where all the data is stored about authentication. So it's not automatically going to transfer over to your other site. You would have to create something in order for that to happen. You would have to develop something specific for that to happen. In terms of the same login credentials, that's very tricky. That's a topic that I don't feel qualified to go into. It's technically intensive, and it really is a conversation you would need to have with the developer. With regards to people logging in with the same credentials. Now, ignoring that part, which is typically called single sign-on, if people log into this other site, the question about what they have access to can be facilitated. You can use the MemberMouse API. There's a function in the MemberMouse API called getMember, which will return data associated with what the status of the account is for that member, given an email address. Any access traits they have, whatever bundles they have, whatever their membership level is, will all be returned as data from that API call. So you can then use that data to grant them access to things on the other site. But if I was having a conversation with you, I would ask fundamentally, why are you trying to do this? Because it definitely, by the nature of what you're asking, complicates the situation. So unless there's a very good reason for why you're doing it and why you have to do it, you have to have two sites, I would advise against it. So anyway, just my 2 cents. But if you come live on one of our future office hours, I'd be happy to, unmute your mic and we could have a conversation about it. This next question is from Kevin. I'm new to setting up affiliates, so I badly need your help on this. We have our website, the URL, and we want to give $200 Australian commission to our affiliates who could sell our program. Affiliates are already added in iDev affiliate, but not sure how to put the commission of 200 Australian dollars and make the affiliate links. So the first thing is, let me just share my screen here. So this is our demo site, demo.membermouse.com. You can log in here with administrative credentials and see what MemberMouse is like behind the scenes if you haven't signed up yet. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to affiliate settings, select iDev affiliate, and put in your URL and your secret key so that MemberMouse is now connected to iDev Affiliate. Once you've done this, MemberMouse will automatically inform iDev Affiliate anytime a sale is made that has a commission associated with it. Okay, so how does MemberMouse know that an affiliate is associated with a sale? So if you go to tracking settings here, this, and definitely check out this article, learn about creating affiliate links. I'm just going to give a brief overview here, but that article shows you all the details. So essentially these keywords that are set up here are what you put in the URL to let people know, so that you can inform MemberMouse so what affiliate is responsible for the referral. So for example, here, there are 2 keywords set up for being able to let the site know that what an affiliate ID is. There's AFF ID and then there's source. So either one of these you can use. So you gave me your site URL is this. So all you would do, you would go to your affiliate settings. This is the default one that's set up. You can change this to anything you want, AFID, AFFID, whatever it is, but whatever you have here, just copy that. And then on your URL, you simply do this, AFID equals, and then it's whatever the affiliate ID is. So let's just say the affiliate ID is 100. So each of your affiliates would use that link, right? Their individual link, and whatever their ID is, that would be the link that they use to send traffic to your site. So internally, when MemberMouse sees this link, it will store this value in cookies such that at the time when somebody actually makes a purchase, MemberMouse will associate the sale with this affiliate ID. And if you're integrated with the iDev Affiliate, it will pass it on to iDev Affiliate. So that takes care of the tracking, that takes care of the reporting to iDev Affiliate. In terms of the payouts are handled by iDev Affiliate. So those commission settings happen within iDev Affiliate itself. You can set up different commission structures. You can either do percentage based on a sale. You could do flat rate, which is what you're trying to do. But any of it, the amount that people get paid is defined in iDev Affiliate. The tracking of referrals using the URL, you just need to format the URL like this. And then when somebody makes a sale, somebody makes a purchase, MemberMouse will automatically inform iDev Affiliate. Okay, so it's very straightforward. Okay, so next question is from David. Core pages, is it wise to create an interactive chat feature, or do you think it will make things complicated? People may have questions as to what plan or something about membership, or do you suggest having email support only? It really depends on your audience, you know, like whether or not chat is going to be meaningful and valuable to you particularly depends on, like for example, stark contrast. Are you dealing with an age range of 25 to 35, or are you dealing with an age range of like 55 to 65 in terms of your customers, right? Because one of those groups is going to be more likely to interact with chat. I don't personally know what those demographics are, like which group is more likely to interact with chat than the other, but stuff like that does come into play in terms of how you make the choice. Because the thing is, if you do turn on chat, that is an investment on your part, right? That's a different property that you now have to maintain, not only from a technical perspective, but you have to man that station. Because if you have a chat where you're not available, it doesn't do anything for you, and it actually may negatively impact you. So the first thing is, can you invest manpower wise in having live chat? If the answer is yes, then the question is, what's your ROI going to be? Is this really going to help you make sales, right? Or are you covering up some deficiency in your sales material, trying to use chat to, you know, it's stuff like this. So generally speaking, you know, maybe there are other things to look into first before you consider chat as an option. Like maybe be very clear about what your conversion rates on your sales pages are. Make sure that your onboarding sequences where people opt in with their email are performing, you know, because it may be a case where chat is just being used to band-aid over something else that's not working well. So I know it's not a straight answer, but nothing really ever is a straight answer. So that's what I have to say on that. Okay. So this question is from Antonio. For my future membership site project, if I use MemberMouse, one, do I need to also hire a graphic designer, or are there templates that I can use? Two, do I need hosting, or does MemberMouse have hosting included? Three, behind the paywall, can I share Excel spreadsheets or Google Sheets for my viewers? 3.1, could I do a vlog or video blog? 3.2, can I post text, images, audio behind the paywall? 4, what are the most popular price points? 19, 29, 39, 49. Is there a price point that hurts you? Okay. So for number one, in terms of what your site looks like, you don't necessarily need to hire any theme, any WordPress theme that's available. You know, there are a lot of popular themes like Divi and Elementor and Thrive themes. And anyway, there's a ton of WordPress themes. So you can use those themes out of the box. They'll work with MemberMouse. The other option there is if you want assistance, we do have a partner company who does a done-for-you service. You can check that out at membermouse.com/done-for-u. They have their own proprietary theme that integrates really well with MemberMouse and allows you to easily build courses. We don't offer hosting. Your second question, we don't offer hosting, so you need to get hosting yourself. The done-for-you service I just mentioned offers hosting. Behind the paywall, yeah, you can share Excel spreadsheets, you can share Google Sheets, you can share videos, text, images, audio. All of that stuff can be shared behind the paywall, and it'll be protected by MemberMouse. As far as your price points question, this is again, it's one of those things that there isn't really a straightforward answer. It really depends on what you're selling, who you're selling it to, et cetera, et cetera. What I would recommend is, I did a podcast recording with Robbie Kellum Baxter, who wrote a couple books on membership sites, and she's actually a consultant that worked with Netflix and other big companies, helping them build out membership programs for themselves. We talk a lot about pricing. I think we spend like 30 minutes or so talking about pricing. So I will defer to that recording. I suggest listening to that. Again, there are no straight answers here, but it'll give you an idea of how you can approach pricing. So Cindy, if you can share that link in the chat. I forget the episode number, but yeah. I think we talked about pricing on another podcast too. Hold on, let me look real quick. So for those of you who may not know, there's a podcast that I do on a bi-weekly basis called the Subscription Entrepreneur Podcast. A lot of great stuff. I think we talk a little bit about pricing in this episode, episode 128. So the way you can get to any episode, you can go to subscriptionentrepreneur.com/the episode number. That's one way to get to it. Otherwise, you can get to it from the MemberMouse website. And here's the one with Robbie Kellenbaxter, pricing for membership sites. So this is the one I was talking about, episode 119. So subscription entrepreneur. This is the direct link though. So yeah, so I would check that episode out. Okay, this question is from Larry. We have a membership site that has 2 membership levels. Both are attached to monthly billed products. We are considering offering annual billed products as an alternative, and I have a question about this. Currently, with our monthly billed products, if a member cancels on day 15 of their billing cycle, their membership is pending cancellation until the end of the billing period for which they have paid. For annually billed memberships, if a member cancels on, say, day 45 of their yearly billing, does that mean their membership will be pending cancellation for the next 10.5 months? Or does it go to cancel at the end of the month too? It means that it will be pending cancellation for the amount of time that they paid for. So in your example, 10.5 months, yeah. So if somebody pays for a year, anytime they cancel within that year, their account will be pending cancellation for the remainder of the year. There is no automatic refunds granted. So yeah, that's how it works. This question is from David. Can you give an example as to how one can really be creative with smart tags and create a great user experience? Yes. So one really basic example, and also very powerful. If we go to the demo site, actually, I'm gonna make a test. I'm gonna make a test purchase here. Make a purchase. Yeah, and Cindy just shared a link on an article that show you smart tags. Member data smart tag, yep. So the member data smart tag will output information, data about the member, so like their name and stuff like that. So this just helps you personalize the content. Purchase link smart tag, yeah. So you can read the article about that one. The member decision smart tag is the one I was just about to show you. Access decision. Yeah, there are some powerful examples of using that, which, check out the article for that. Because the access decision smart tag is essentially the one that I recommend using to create self-promoting content. Basically, one of the challenges of a membership site is that when things are behind a paywall and you protect stuff, it's protected, which is great, but also it means that it can't be indexed by search engines. If one of your members wants to share something on on their social network or with a friend, if they share a link to content that they're enjoying from you, obviously the person and people, when they click that link, it's going to block access because it's protected. But with using the access decision smart tag, as it goes over in this article, you can make it such that you can instruct MemberMouse, if somebody is attempting to view a protected page who doesn't have access, you can show them teaser content. You can show them maybe like an advertisement for, hey, like this is what you would be seeing if you were a member, click here to buy now. So it really creates an opportunity where you can empower people to share your content but at the same time keep it protected. Custom decision smart tag, yeah, you can read the article about this one. But yeah, as far as the member decision smart tag goes, so when you go through the demo site, I suggest going through this because, you know, we have videos throughout the site that explain how things work. So essentially you see right here on this dashboard, on this member dashboard, we have a call out that's saying, hey, we noticed you haven't purchased this product, et cetera, click here to learn more. And then it takes me to this page where I can buy now. Now this page is the special offer page. You'll notice I click special offer up here and it takes me to the same page. And so just note that right now it is telling me I don't have access to this course, and it gives me a link where I can buy it. So now when I buy this, when I do buy it, if I go back to the dashboard, you'll notice that the message is no longer there at the top. And if I go to the special offer page, it shows me a different message now. You already own this course, click here to access the course. So the way that that's being done, that dynamic experience, the way that's being done is using the member decision smart tag. And again, these videos on these pages show you exactly how it's being done. And of course, too, on the demo site, you can log in. You can log in using the credentials, and you can just, you can just go edit the page and see how it's being done. So if I go to edit this page, I see that there's a member decision smart tag up here that basically is saying, if they don't have bundle with the ID of 1, show them the message you don't have access to this course yet, right? So you can see here how there's an opening and closing tag where it's saying, and this in the case where they do have the bundle, show them you already have access to the course, right? Same here. If they don't have the bundle, show them this buy now button. If they do have the bundle, show them the button to access the course. So the member decision smart tag is very powerful because it allows you to create this dynamic experience where you can promote stuff that you know people don't have. Like in this case, when they don't have access, when they haven't purchased the bundle with ID of 1. And there are many attributes that can be leveraged with the member decision smart tag. So if we go over to the support site, and look up the member decision smart tag, there's all of these attributes that you can use to make decisions off of. So how long they've been a member. So you could show them a particular message after a certain number of days. Hey, you know, you've been with us for 14 days. We just wanted to say thanks and here's something, whatever, you know. It allows you to give that dynamic experience based on all these attributes. If they've particularly purchased a particular product, you can do it based on custom field data. So you can create a custom field which asks them a particular question, like where did you hear about us? What are you interested in learning about, and have like a drop down. And then based on that data, you can show them different content. So if they select one option from that drop down, you can say, you can use the decision smart tag to show them something particular to customize their experience. So anyway, member decision smart tag is really powerful. And those are some of the ways that you can use it. What else? So how does one really get training to get really good at MemberMouse, and as a consultant, create the platform for others who could use such a great platform? I know many people that could use MemberMouse for the business. As far as training, you know, we have a number of resources, onboarding resources on our website. So if you go to membermouse.com and you go to the dashboard, and then you go to guides and best practices, there's a ton of stuff here. There's video training, there's best practices, there's a startup guide. So this really helps you to get familiar with MemberMouse as quickly as possible. And, you know, and it's all great, of course, very helpful. And also the best training. Oh, sorry, am I sharing my screen? No, I'm not sharing my screen, sorry. So I basically just went to membermouse.com, go to the dashboard, and then click guides and best practices. And then you see there's all these different guides here. Startup guide, which, you know, shows you how to install, you know, the prerequisites that you need for installation, gives you an overview of the core features, setup videos, and then there's the MemberMouse best practices asset, which goes into different aspects of things like collecting money, how do you set up payment providers, things like that. Who gets to see what and when. This goes into, you know, how to set up access rights, you know, the different options you have available for protecting content. So just a number of different things as part of MemberMouse and best practices around them. So these are all really great resources. And then there's video training. These videos give you a quick overview of MemberMouse, and then they go into specific aspects of MemberMouse. These videos are also available in the plugin itself on the dashboard. Sorry, on the MemberMouse dashboard in the training videos. So these are the same videos available in the plugin itself. So you have a lot of resources. Now, the other great training is just you got to use it. You have to execute and get experience with setting things up. There's no way around that. But these resources will help guide you in the right direction. And of course, if you can't find a resource, or if you have a particular question, you can always reach out to support@membermouse.com, and they'll guide you to the place that you need. As far as becoming a consultant, again, experience is going to be the critical component to that. Obviously, if you want to help other people, you know, being able to promote the software itself is pretty straightforward. Once you know how it works for you, there's definitely going to be other people who are trying to do the same things as you, so you can always share what your experience has been and how it's worked for you. That's pretty straightforward. And you can set up an affiliate account with us if you feel like you're going to be doing a lot of that. Just go to affiliates.membermouse.com. You can create an account with us. We do a 25% payout for the first year of anybody you recommend. But yeah, as far as being a consultant and helping people get set up, that takes some more experience, because you do need to see different. MemberMouse is very flexible, so that that's part of its power, but it's also part of the thing that makes it a little bit challenging for people to ramp up, because there is a lot of different ways that it can be used just to address different business models. So if you're going to be a consultant, you would need to have experience with setting it up for different types of businesses. Cool. Cindy is asking, do you know if you can use days as member attribute for member decision smart tag and show something for a day as member range? for example, day 5 to day 15. Yes, I think you can do that. So basically, oh, let me share my screen again. Hold on. So so basically, oh no, sorry, you can't do that. So, you know, the reason I was saying you might be able to do that, you see that for some of these attributes, it says it takes a smart tag equation. Basically, if it doesn't for days as member, days as member only takes an integer. So it doesn't support smart tag equations. So you can't particularly do that with days as member, but you can do things, more complicated things. It would be a good idea to check out smart tag equations. It basically just means that you can do more things. Like in this case, it's saying show this content if somebody has bundle 3 or bundle 4. You know, there's different things, complex things you can do. You can say 4 and 7, not 5, not 1 or 2. You know, it's giving a lot more flexibility. In a lot of cases, you'll just be doing things for one thing at a time or a series of things. But so this can get a little bit, you may be looking at this and be like, can't wrap your head around it immediately, but it's for more advanced scenarios. What would be possible if you really wanted to do between days as member, like only show this for day 5 to day 15, you could use the PHP interface. All of our smart tags have associated PHP functions. So you could, within a PHP template for a WordPress page, you could easily accomplish that by using the PHP interfaces, because it gives you a lot more flexibility because you're doing it within the context of a programming language. So this will be the last question from David. So how did you get started? And could you give your audience a little peek as to what your vision was in starting this platform? I see it mostly for large customers, but appreciate so very much that you are allowing the small businesses to one day become the big businesses by you giving them that support they need. Well, I got started because my background is in software engineering, and I needed a membership solution at the time because I was working on my own e-commerce business. And I wasn't satisfied with the products that were out there. So I built something myself because I could. And that's essentially how MemberMouse got started. It came from a need that I had personally. And because of my background, I was able to address it myself. And then, of course, that was just a starting point. And then as people started to use it and feedback was incorporated, the product became, a collection of experience, essentially. Like, okay, we need to accomplish this thing, and then we would build it into the platform. So the platform today as it exists is a result of years of use and adaptation to what was actually needed by people using membership software. And I wouldn't say it's mostly for large customers. I would say it's definitely great for large customers because it's reliable. It's been built with large customers in mind, which isn't necessarily always the case for all membership solutions. You know, a lot of because when you do software engineering and design and architecture, if you don't consider how your solution will work at scale, then likely when scaling happens, when more people start using it, it will show holes and cracks in your solution. So a lot of the other membership solutions out there, you know, when you get to a certain number of members, it starts to show the holes in it. And that's the point at which people usually switch to MemberMouse, which is why we have a lot of larger customers, because, you know, we're the people that they can grow with reliably to hundreds of thousands of active members. But it's for small businesses too, because it, for one, like I said, if you get to a certain point of success, you will have to switch to something that's more reliable. And the biggest cost that you're going to have in a business is switching to another solution. So you might as well start with the thing that's going to get you all the way there. If you don't plan on being successful, it doesn't really matter one way or another, you know. So that's a little harsh. Success is defined as relative. It's what you define as success. If you're happy and shooting for having 50 to 100 members, you could use anything. It doesn't matter, because you'll be fine, you know. But if success means to you 500, 1,000 members and above, then you do want to take a little bit more care in choosing the solution that you go with, because you're going to, you know, if the solution you end up choosing ends up being a burden to you around 600 members, that's going to create a lot of problems and headaches for you, and ultimately result in loss of business, or at the very least, loss of profit, because you're going to have to employ manual aspects in your business to deal with things that deal with challenges that are brought up by the fact that the solution doesn't provide it for you. So yeah, and our pricing, the way that we do our pricing is definitely in mind to support small businesses, because it's very affordable, and we're very I don't know what the right word is, but most of the things on our starter plan, like, we don't really water it down that much, right? So you're getting everything that you need on the starter plan that you can, you know, grow into a large business. So we don't really have it set up where, like, we're making it so that you have to pay more in order to grow your business. You can grow your business on the starter plan. The way that we go between tiers is by number of members, so that essentially you get successful and then you pay more. We also, the way that you can jump over, yeah, Cindy's saying we don't offer the starter plan anymore. We call it the builder plan. I'm not talking like, so I'm just saying our base plan, which is called the builder plan now, is basically, that's the intention behind it, you know. So on the advanced plan, you do get more advanced reporting, and we feel comfortable saying you have to upgrade to the advanced plan to get that, because it's reporting that will help you really fine tune and grow your business, but it's not essential to have those reports at the very beginning. So, you know, that's one of the things that you get on the advanced plan that you don't get on the builder plan. But anyway, yeah, that's just a little bit of stuff. All right, so appreciate all the questions and for all you taking the time to join. If you do have questions in the meantime, then you can always email us, support@membermouse.com, and they'll get back to you very shortly. And yeah, other than that, hope you all have a nice weekend, and I will talk to you next time.